So the question goes, at a factory, 120 candidates have to be interviewed, 48 for carpentry, 32 for masonry, and 40 for plumbing. Past experience indicates that 80% would pass carpentry, 45% would pass masonry, and 60% would pass plumbing. Question A. A candidate is picked at random. Find the probability that he is to be interviewed for carpentry. Roman 2. He is to be interviewed for masonry and would pass. 3. He would pass the interview. Then B. How many candidates are expected to pass the interviews? Now this is my work here. So for carpentry it was 48 out of the total, which is 120. Then masonry was 32 out of 120. Then plumbing was 40 out of 120. Now let's get the fraction of carpentry. Now will be 48 over 120. Then 80% that would pass mean 80 over 100 because it's in percentage. So 80% means 80 out of 100. Then for masonry, which I've recorded as M, is 32 out of 120. Then which is equals to 45%, which means that for those who are going to pass will be 45 over 100. Then for plumbing, which is P, the candidates were 40 out of 120. Then the percentage was 60% pass, which is 60 over 100. Now let us begin. So we'll start with 48 out of 120, which is carpentry. Then masonry is 32 out of 120. Then 40 out of 120. If you add all this, it should be 120 over 120. Now for carpentry, those who are going to pass is 80 over 100, which is pass. Those who are going to not pass with 20 over 100. Masonry, those who are going to pass is 45 over 100, which is pass. Then not pass but now will be 100 minus 45, which is 55 over 100. Then for plumbing, those who are going to pass 60 over 100. Now for not pass, because we want our probability to be complete, so we not pass, you take 100 minus 60, we get 40 out of 100 because it is in percentage. And therefore the first question was he is to be interviewed for carpentry. So probability for carpentry can be either probability of carpentry passing or probability of carpentry not passing, P naught. Therefore we take 48 over 120 times 80 over 100 for passing for carpentry. Then we add 48 over 120 times 20 over 100 for not passing. Therefore you'll get 32 over 100 plus 8 over 100. This is 40 over 100. Then when you simplify, you'll get 2 out of 5. Then probability of masonry and passing. So probability of masonry and passing, you take 32 over 120 of masonry times 45 over 100 for passing. So you will simplify there. Then now you'll get your answer as 3 out of 25. Then pass the interview. So for pass the interview, you'll take probability of pass can be either probability of passing in masonry plus probability of passing in carpentry plus probability of passing in plumbing. So for masonry we get 3 out of 25 plus for carpentry we'll get 32 out of 100, right? It was 32 out of 100. Then plus probability of plumbing passing in plumbing. So for probability of passing in plumbing, see here. So this is 40 out of 120 and passing was 60 out of 100. So you'll take 40 over 120 times 60 over 100, right? So from there, now you know what we need to do next. Therefore we'll take 3 out of 25 plus 32 out of 100 plus 1 over 5 when you simplify this one. So you'll get 12 plus 32 plus 20 over 100, and therefore our answer will be 64 out of 100. When you simplify, you'll get 16 out of 25. Now the last question was candidates expected to pass. Now the total candidates was 120 candidates. So probability of candidates who are going to pass in fraction was 16 out of 25. Therefore, candidates to pass, you take 16 out of 25, the fraction times the total candidates, which is 120. So 16 over 25 times 120, you are going to get 384 over 5, which is 76.8. We don't round off population or anything regarding population, and therefore our answer will remain as 76 candidates. Thank you guys, and remember to subscribe.